Welcome to the Rustic Planters, where timeless garden inspiration meets beautiful outdoor design. Today, we are stepping into the enchanting world of French chateau gardens and discovering how to create a grand entrance filled with symmetry, elegance, romance, and unmistakable aristocratic charm. From clipped greenery and graceful pathways to ornate gates, stone planters, fountains, and layers of blooming flowers, these ideas can help transform an ordinary approach into an entrance that feels worthy of a magnificent country estate. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe to the Rustic Planters, give this video a like, and leave a comment telling us which French chateau garden detail you would love to recreate in your own outdoor space. A French chateau garden entrance begins with the feeling of arrival. Even before visitors reach the front door, the landscape should create a sense of anticipation and gently introduce the architectural beauty of the home. Start by considering the view from the street, driveway, or garden gate. A clear central axis can immediately make the space feel more formal, guiding the eye toward the house through a carefully arranged sequence of paths, planting, and decorative features. Grandeur does not always require an enormous property. A small entrance can also feel impressive when every element is thoughtfully placed and the design follows a strong sense of order, balance, and visual rhythm. Symmetry is one of the most recognizable features of a French chateau-inspired landscape. Matching elements on either side of an entrance instantly create a composed and sophisticated appearance. Try placing identical stone urns, clipped shrubs, ornamental trees, or flowering containers on both sides of a pathway. These repeated forms establish a formal structure while allowing the surrounding garden to feel lush and inviting. The secret is not to make the garden feel rigid, but rather beautifully organized. Soft flowers, climbing plants, and gently spilling greenery can balance the precision of symmetrical design with a romantic and lived-in atmosphere. A beautiful pathway is more than a practical feature. In a French chateau garden, it becomes part of the experience, encouraging visitors to slow down and appreciate each layer of the landscape. Gravel paths are especially effective for creating a timeless European character. Their natural texture works beautifully alongside stone, clipped hedges, roses, lavender, and weathered architectural details. For a more dramatic entrance, consider a straight central path leading directly toward the home, softened by planting beds or low hedges. Curved paths can also work beautifully when the property has a more relaxed, romantic interpretation of the chateau style. Nothing captures formal French garden character quite like carefully maintained greenery. Boxwood-style hedges, compact evergreen shrubs, and sculpted topiary can provide structure throughout the year. Use low hedges to outline pathways, frame planting beds, or create geometric patterns near the entrance. These living borders bring definition to the garden and create a polished backdrop for seasonal flowers. For extra height and drama, add cone-shaped, spiral, or rounded topiary near gates and doorways. A few well-placed sculptural plants can make even a modest entrance feel more distinguished and architectural. Large garden urns and weathered stone planters are essential details for achieving a convincing French chateau atmosphere. They introduce age, texture, and a sense of permanence to the entrance. Choose containers with classical shapes, elegant curves, fluted surfaces, or a gently aged appearance. Position them at focal points such as gates, steps, pathway intersections, and the front entrance. Fill them with structured greenery, flowering plants, trailing vines, or even small ornamental trees. A symmetrical pair of generously planted urns can create an instant sense of ceremony without requiring a complete garden renovation. Formal structure provides the framework, but flowers bring the romance. French chateau gardens often feel most enchanting when clipped greenery is softened by abundant blooms and delicate natural textures. Roses are an obvious choice, especially when grown along walls, gates, trellises, or garden arches. Combine them with lavender, hydrangeas, peonies, irises, and other cottage-style flowers to create layers of color and seasonal interest. Think about fragrance as well as appearance. Planting scented flowers and herbs along the approach can make the entrance feel immersive, turning a simple walk toward the house into a memorable garden experience. A central focal point can elevate a garden entrance from attractive to unforgettable. A small fountain, stone basin, statue, or ornamental feature can provide the visual anchor that brings the entire composition together. Water features are particularly effective because they add movement and a sense of tranquility. The gentle sound of water can also create a peaceful contrast to the formal precision of hedges and architectural plantings. If space is limited, choose a modest wall fountain or decorative basin instead of a large centerpiece. The goal is to introduce one memorable detail that feels established and elegant without overwhelming the entrance. French chateau gardens often use architectural elements to create transitions between one outdoor space and another. Gates, arches, stone walls, trellises, and pergolas can all contribute to a stronger sense of arrival. An ornate metal gate, for example, can immediately establish a grand first impression. Even a simple gate can feel more luxurious when surrounded by clipped greenery, climbing roses, and carefully designed plants. Garden architecture also creates opportunities for beautiful framing. An arch covered with vines or a pair of stone pillars can direct attention toward the home and make the journey through the garden feel more intentional. The most convincing French chateau gardens are not created through one dramatic feature alone. Their beauty comes from layers of carefully chosen details that work together over time. Consider adding weathered benches, antique-inspired ornaments, stone edging, decorative pots, and seasonal planting. These smaller elements can bring personality to the space while preserving the refined structure of the overall design. As the seasons change, refresh containers and flower beds while keeping the permanent framework intact. Evergreen hedges, stone features, pathways, and garden architecture will maintain the elegant foundation, allowing the entrance to evolve beautifully throughout the year. A grand French chateau-inspired entrance is ultimately about creating a journey filled with beauty, balance, and timeless character. With symmetrical planting, elegant pathways, sculpted greenery, romantic flowers, and classical garden details, even an ordinary entrance can feel wonderfully distinguished. Thank you so much for joining us here at the Rustic Planters. If you enjoyed these French chateau garden ideas, please subscribe for more garden inspiration, give this video a like, and leave a comment sharing the feature you would most love to add to your own grand entrance. Until next time, keep planting, keep creating, and let your outdoor spaces tell a story of beauty and timeless charm. We cannot wait to welcome you back for more inspiring garden ideas here on the Rustic Planters.